Let's move on. Let's move on to another interesting story that we are tracking. And this one is coming by way of what is being referred to popularly as dark patterns. What are dark patterns? Honestly, I don't know too much about it, but we've got an expert who's done all the research on it, Udisha Srivastav, joining us on the show. Hey Udisha, thanks for joining us. Good to have you back with us. Dark patterns. Sounds really dark, sounds really mysterious. What are dark patterns?
It definitely is a very dark thing. So basically, dark patterns are these deceptive practices and these patterns that are deployed on the website. So for example, I'll give you an example. So let's say you are searching for a blazer on an e-commerce platform. Now when you're scrolling, and there is a pop-up advertisement that comes on your screen. Now that is a full screen pop-up advertisement.
Okay.
You spend 2 to 3 seconds to find where is the cross symbol. Why?
You're right.
Because you can close it.
Yeah.
Now it could happen that the pop-up is white in color and the cross symbol is also sort of white in color.
Right.
So now you spend some time spotting that. What that does is it hinders your UI UX experience, which is user interface
and accidentally looking for that cross button. Sometimes you end up clicking on that ad and it takes you away
to a different website you might be taken to.
So that's a dark pattern.
So that's a standard example you can see of a dark pattern.
Okay.
Sometimes it might happen that you are using something and there's a pop-up that appears on your screen. Now you cannot proceed without filling in the details that it is asking for. Basically what dark patterns do is they mislead you. They direct you towards a different direction.
How do they mislead you? I think if there's an ad on blazers and because you're searching for blazers, somebody has been smart to insert that ad there. Why is it really a bad thing?
It is because it is not exactly what you are looking for. It might be an ad, it could be a related ad, but this is not exactly what you want. Now the time that you are spending to search that blazer, you might say that, okay, I'll spend 5 minutes, but that might extend your time, hamper your internet usage and the consumption experience also.
Okay, give me another example of dark patterns. What else is dark pattern? So this is, okay, this is understandable. A pop-up ad which is linked to what you're searching for, difficult to find the cross button is a dark pattern. What else is a dark pattern?
So a few months ago, I think the last month, Department of Consumer Affairs and the ASCI, Advertising Standards Council of India, they came up with certain terms that qualified as the deceptive dark patterns.
Okay.
Now what these are? Basket sneaking is one example. Now basket sneaking is one thing that, let's say you are adding items on your basket list, you're adding to the cart. Now one item is accidentally added. You did not add it, but it got added.
Okay.
So it is called basket sneaking. Number 2 is called nagging. Now let's say a company is approaching me, an e-commerce site, let's say is approaching me again and again asking me for a feedback. That's also a deceptive pattern. And then you can say then, confirm shaming. Basically now here you are sort of, somebody is asking you to, basically giving you a guilt trip, let's say. Let's say you are ordering something and then it says that, let's donate 2 rupees to this NGO. That is like, that's like confirm shaming. So these are certain examples and certain criteria that you can talk about, and that's one. Yeah.
Okay, so what is the government doing about it?
So as of now, we do not have a law that governs the usage of dark patterns and to combat something about it. So recently what the government did was, yesterday they started a hackathon where they are inviting ethical hackers. Now these ethical hackers would, these participants would participate and they will, come up with a software solution or an app, sort of prototype, and then probably that we can use to combat these things. Plus the government has also asked these companies to come up with self-regulatory norms. For example, what you do is when you are designing your website, make sure you use ethical design guidelines. Number 2 is that time to time you are conducting independent audits so that you see that there are no dark patterns on your website. And number 3 is that they say that as a website, as a platform, as an e-commerce platform, it's your responsibility to tell your user that, okay, if you come across dark patterns on our website, then these are the tools that you can use. So basically user awareness is also that they have said.
All right, so building user awareness, building of course a case against the use of dark patterns, and really going after the developers and going after firms to make sure that their UI, UX and the codes that they, multiple lines of codes that they write are compliant to prevent dark patterns from emerging.